Hello, my friends. How are you doing? How are you feeling? If this is your first time watching me and listening, welcome. You're in for a treat. If it is your first time, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my newsletter. It happens to be on my webpage. That's where you would subscribe, thevaliantlifestyle.com. Put your name in the field there, the email field, and then click it, and that'll sign you right up. All right, now, I wanted to talk about consistency, and consistency comes in all different shapes and forms. It is one of those things that is immaculate mastery. It is self-love, it is discipline, and something that I chose for myself and I look back on, and I don't do it anymore, and that is marathon running. And that is a part of me that will always reign true. It'll be a part of my life that I learned lots of lessons and logged many kilometers while trying to solve world problems, notwithstanding my own and many other people's. But it was something that even my dad told me that I couldn't do because I was too top heavy. Or there were other people that would suggest that I didn't have the physique. And I didn't buy it. I didn't buy anyone that told me that I couldn't do something that I was actually passionate about doing. And I got better and better with it because I did the reps. I was consistent. And on days when I wasn't consistent, I found a reason to go out and do it. And if it was in the middle of a snowstorm, if it was minus 40 Celsius, I still went out and did it. And you'd say, woof, what's wrong with that guy? Well, I would tell you that I was very passionate and very consistent about proving myself right while proving some of these people wrong. And it wasn't about ego for me. It was more like striving to find how much further I could go, how much better I could be, and in the process, my desire and curiosity to know myself that much more, that much greater, deepen my relationship. Now, it worked the other way because in some aspects, because there was a part of me that I shut off, and the part of me that I shut off were the things that I was not doing for myself. And you would say, well, what is that? It was, I wasn't honoring everything. And when I became a health and safety consultant and advisor, I aimed to get at everything. I wanted to be a steward for the earth, for the environment. I wanted to be an advocate for health, for your health, for my health. I wanted to be a person that would advocate for safety so that you could go home at the end of the evening and be there to eat supper with your family, or at the end of your hitch, whatever that was. But one of the things that I was not honoring within myself was my truth when it came towards being with the individual that I knew I was not meant to be with, and that was my ex-spouse. Now, you might say, well, that happens to a lot of us, and you're right. But there are people out there, men out there, women out there, that are not speaking their truth when it comes to that. Now, that was the part that, without getting too much further into it, I learned to honor later. But it wasn't until I unleashed a whole bunch of this training and going through the muck and really seeing who I was as a person to be able to do that. And knowing that there was a part of me that I had turned off, switched off, was not affording me a big part of energy that could be consumed or could be a bonus. Excuse me, I jerked the camera. As training, it could afford me the oomph, the boost that was required to do that. And I look back and I go, I wouldn't change a thing, because I learned so much within that process. I learned so much within the training. I learned so much more about myself and where I am. And the consistency part, you might be asking that question too. Like, what is the consistent part? The consistent part is this: I advocated for your health. I advocated for your safety. I advocated for your the stewardship of where we could live, where we could exist. I advocated for all that for me too. And I also advocated for our kids. I committed to getting well so that I could have this life, so that I could show you everything that you could do for yourself. I could show people just how healthy they could become. And in the process, I showed myself also how unhealthy in some aspects of my own mental health. And that was good for me because it showed me my blind spots. So when I talk about consistency, I'm not here preaching about it to you, telling you there's one way to do it over another. No. It's doing something that you really want to do, that you've been putting off for a long time, and then just sticking to it because deep down, you're passionate about it. You just have to show yourself with evidence. And the evidence is do it 3 days in a row. Then do it another 3 days in a row. Then do it another 3 days in a row after that. You've got 9 pieces of evidence, 9 days of doing it, where you showed yourself you could do it. So now you can show yourself that you're capable of doing more, of doing that same thing, but push yourself. Consistency is key. Consistency is the immaculate mastery of discipline. It is self-love. It is showing yourself to show up for you. All right. Now, yesterday when I got out in the lake, I felt a piece of me come back. I was scared in parts of it. I had some fearing moments. I got over that. I got through it. And I did what I was there to do, which was show myself that I've done this before and that I could go further. And I did that. And I chose a whole new lake in something that I knew not of where it was, but the curiosity aspect drew me. It showed me the passion that I was there. I was engaged and I was locked on. And it was great. It was so good. It was so good. And I want you to have that too, man. I want you to have that too. But it takes you carving out a piece of your day. It takes you doing that every day consistently to show up for yourself, to go, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take a day, twice every month, where I go out just for me, spend 8+ hours doing what I want to do. And that could be going play basketball. That could be going and getting in a canoe and going down a river somewhere. That could be, I don't know, it could be going for a drive in the mountains. It could be going for a drive on the ocean, along the ocean. Don't go in the ocean with your car. You know that anyway. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I think you get my point. Consistency is key. Consistency is immaculate mastery of discipline. It is self-love. All right, let's do this.